honored to be here today presenting the 2021 Community Service Award to the two people in this room who deserve it the most. In case you don't know who I'm talking about, I will be giving you some clues. The first clue is that they grew up in the Melrose area and have continued to live there most of their lives, with a brief moment of moving to Minneapolis. They both went to school at Melrose High School and walked to classes each day. Trust me, I've heard many stories about how hard they've had it compared to me. They found jobs in Melrose, just some little side jobs, and then eventually they together moved to Minneapolis, like I mentioned. After a few years, they decided to move back to Melrose, and she found a job working for the city, and he found a job working for Stearns Electric. They continued to work at both of those places for the rest of their working years, and eventually retired in their 60s. He was also a part-time bartender, and still is today if people need help. They were both two people who loved being outdoors and still love being outdoors. And when they were younger, he enjoyed fishing by the river and she enjoyed swimming by the river. She grew up on a farm, so she liked to swim after a hard day's work. Today, he enjoys hunting and fishing and teaching his grandkids how to hunt and fish. And not to brag or anything, but I've even caught a largemouth bass. She enjoys cooking and baking and gardening and going bowling on Tuesday nights. Don't expect her to cancel for anything. Tuesday nights are always for bowling. Every time I go to their house, I can almost always count on a sweet treat to eat, unless my grandpa gets them first, which happens very often. Another clue about these recipients is that she enjoys gardening, but it's not always her garden that she enjoys gardening in. She likes to work around the city and garden in many other places. She can be seen in the hot summer sun or the cool autumn air gardening. I don't know how she does it, but she enjoys reading apparently. Another clue is that one of my favorite memories with them is going on our family vacations each year. We take one almost every summer, and these range from 4 days to a week, depending on where we go. One of my favorite ones was when we went out to Wyoming to visit my great aunt. We drove all the way out there. That was definitely not the best part. But it was fun to spend time with family, and we stayed in a lodge on Casper Mountain, which is kind of a big mountain in Casper. And the lodge was right at the top, so it was a cool lookout area, and it had a hot tub, an indoor hot tub, so that was the best part, obviously, for us kids. And there were 4 floors, which exploring, we got yelled at a few times because we went in places that we weren't supposed to. But it was fun nonetheless. My last clue for these recipients is that they love traveling. They have been to Indonesia and Germany together, and she's been to Italy with some of her best friends, and she's even going back to Italy and Greece this spring, which I wish I had that opportunity. But in case you didn't know, the recipients for this award are my grandparents, Jim and Rosie. Through all of their hard work and dedication to the community, they are the best award winners for this award. I don't know where I would be without them today. One of my favorite things to think about is my grandpa's love for animals. Our old dog Coco, she was getting older, so he loved taking her on walks because she would go at his pace. And he didn't have to worry about her running off into the woods or anything, so he enjoyed that. And now we have a new puppy named Lucky, and he's just absolutely crazy. So he uses that to his advantage of playing fetch with him until Lucky basically collapses on the ground. But it's good for him because he's psychotic. But I am honored to be here today presenting this award because I don't know if there's anybody else in the community of Melrose who deserves it more than my grandparents. They are loving and they will help anybody no matter what their situation is, and even if they need help themselves, they will be there for that person. Now please join me in applause for thanking them for all of their hard work. Thank you for listening to my speech.